Okay, hi. I'm gonna be explaining real quick how do I do my flat coloring, because flat coloring is probably the most boring part of digital art for most people because you just put like colors in it, but it can be kind of difficult. So for example, the reason I choose this very messy sketch is because it has like a lot of gaps, a lot of like overlapping lines and stuff like that. So this tends to be like very hard to color, because if you just try to use a paint bucket tool and you try to like color this, yeah, it's going to be a mess, and you need to like find these little gaps and fill it, or just tweak the options that you have on your bucket tool. But you know, there's simple ways to do it, at least inside of Krita. I don't know about other software right now. So yeah, I'm gonna be teaching you how I color things for the most part. So Krita has this thing called a colorized mask. It has this little icon that is a brush, and it has like a bunch of dots, lines. I'm pretty sure you can see it, but just in case you cannot see it, is that icon. You also need the options Docker. I have it here because of a plugin, but if you don't, just go to settings, go to Dockers, and you go to tool options, and that's going to give you the tool Docker. But in my case, I have it right here, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, sorry, I forgot I made this on the same layer. So you have your lines layer. You just select the colorized mask tool. That's a mouthful. You select that and you click on the layer. It's going to make another it's going to make another layer below that is going to be a colorized mask. So yeah, like I made this originally, I made this paint. Let's make it like blue and yellow or something. So let's choose a blue color and just start coloring. The thing is, you only need to put a single line on wherever you want to color. You can be just as vague as you want. But you know, if your line art is not very clean, you're going to have some issues. But you know, just let's color this very quickly, just like you can see. Let's make the dress also blue. Why not? Just put a single line on everything that you want to be blue, and yeah, I think that's pretty good. The color, why not? The eyes, maybe not yet. I'm gonna explain something later with that. Let's make her skin like yellow or something, because it's a nice color combination. So yeah, you may be thinking this is kind of stupid. It is, but yeah. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's all I want to be yellow. Maybe the ear. Yeah, that's it. Let's update. And this is going to make a very funny thing. So yeah, for the most part, it does a pretty good job, actually. Like, everything I want to be yellow is mostly yellow. There are some parts that have this huge gap thing, but I'm gonna be explaining gaps a little in a moment. But you know, this is pretty much what the tool does. And in case that you want the background to be transparent, just take a color that you're not going to be using for this character. For the most part, I never use pure black, so I always use pure black for this. And you start outlining the character like this, just like that, da da da. Yeah, you just do something really quick. And once you have everything that's going to be transparent in that color, you go into the Docker. I told you, the options Docker, and you select in this little palette thing, you select the black color or whatever color you choose, and you set it to transparent. This is going to give you like this little cross thing. That means it's transparent. So you press update, and you have this little progress bar so that you know when it's going to be done. And now it's done. And if we press this little stick icon, this is going to hide the colorized mask. And this little circle hides the color update, so that if you want to make adjustments, we will be doing that in a moment. Just know where you place the lines. So yeah, for the most part, it did a pretty good job. There's little details here, but you can just go over with a brush and just feel that yourself. But you can also make adjustments as well. So that's the good thing. Like, you can just keep perfecting the colorized mask, and you press update, and it's going to update, and you don't lose anything. But I'm gonna be explaining some things. You see, it kind of struggles with gaps. There are two things that you can do to solve that. One thing, and the thing I use for the most part, is you take the color and you put it really nice right next to each other, like that. And that's going to make the colorizing process thing more precise. So yeah, let's update this. Yeah, it's going to make it more precise. It's not perfect, but it does for the most part. But for example, if we want to color the eyes, for example, okay, and I'm going to clear everything here, and I try to color like very bright yellow, and I try to color this. Let's make the eyes blue. There's also a gap here. And let's press update. And yeah, you will notice, why is it I put this color here, it's not even like leaking inside or outside of the eye, so why it's not coloring it? And we try to do like the same technique that I already mentioned, and let's put some yellow here because I don't want this to be eye colored. And we press update, and yeah, it's probably not going to color it. Oh wait, it did. Okay, well, that's a good job. I tried this before and it didn't. In the case it doesn't, something that you can do is this gap close hint. You lower it until something like 9 pixels. This is going to make the gap detection a little bit more sensitive. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. So yeah, this is also going to cause something like this. But let's say like this is wait a minute, this is Marge Simpson. Okay, this is also going to cause a lot of leaking. So yeah, you just need to find like a nice sweet spot between that. But you know what? Let's actually do this as Marge Simpson. Let's take some green. Oop. Little bug. I'm going to erase everything that's going to be blue. This wasn't colored, so let's see if we can fix that. Just so that it has more colors. Okay, let's make this actually Marge Simpson. I was not intending that. I just said, okay, if one is red, let's make the other blue, but it's just perfect actually. And let's color this. Let's use the good old technique of coloring very close to each other, just like that. And yeah, the color, let's make it orange. It was orange, right? Oh, it was red. I don't remember. Let's make an in-between color thing. Yeah, something like that. Let's update and let's see how it looks. Okay, that's nice. That's beautiful. I think I left 2 little pixels of blue. Just make sure you erase everything. Sorry about that. Yeah, it takes a little moment, but it's not too long. Okay, yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. But you know what? Something that you can do as well is just use a brush and draw over it. To do that, let's say that you're happy with whatever you're doing here. Again, this is a very messy sketch, so if you have a clean liner, you probably don't have these issues. Well, in this case, I'm mostly happy, but I see like little details that can be improved, and I could just go over with a brush. I don't want to be updating every single time. So what you can do is right click, you convert into a paint layer, and you do exactly that. So let's color in the places where I don't want this green to be, and you know, here I want it to be a little transparent. I actually want this to be yellow. So let's color this yellow, and the eyes, I want this to be a little bit yellow again. And this eye is a little weird, so yeah, just do that. And I think for the most part it does a pretty good job actually. This also works if you have very heavy texture brushes. You might want to tweak some of the options of the colorize tool, but for the most part it does a really good job filling everything, and it didn't take like too long, and it didn't take like too much of my brain power to do so. So this is pretty good. Wait, actually, I actually wanted this to be green. I forgot. So yeah, it does actually a pretty good job. But now, to me, this is pretty much done. Like I go straight to shading and stuff like that. But some people like to separate everything into layers and or selection masks. So to do that very quickly, if you want to have like different layers for every single color, something that you can do is go into layer, you go into split, you go into split layer, and you have these two options. It, by default, is on split into layers, and you have all of these options. I recommend to lower the fussiness to some, like, I think it was something like 70 something, but I usually lower to something low like 13 or 9. I have it on 9. And fussiness just does, if two colors are too similar, it changes the sensitivity on how to separate everything. So yeah, let's just go to apply, and this is going to give you a copy of this layer that we have. Is going to make it into a folder with every color separated. So for example, now that I see this, I don't like this green that I use. It's kind of like weird. So we can just change it into something like nicer, like an olive and brighter green. That looks nice. But also something else that you can do that is pretty much the same thing, just a different approach, is making different selection masks. This is going to keep everything in one layer, but it's going to allow you just, let's do layer split layer. Let's set this into local selection masks and just apply. And yeah, it's going to give you different selections that you can use to change anything that you want. You just press these circle icons. So for example, if you want to change the hair, you can do that. So like, yeah, it's pretty. Now she's more like Marge Simpson. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this is useful. This is a really nice alternative skin. So yeah, like I hope it was useful. That's pretty much it. You can leave now. Bye.